Right, Harry, I think the first most pressing question is, who's wearing it better?
Well, I feel like I'm a holiday rat, so I would hope for your sake that you're wearing it better than me.
Yours looks a bit more iron than mine, and it's also got, I think, Darling Malta's slobber all over it.
Yeah, and
So
you've
I
had
think
to
you're
gallop
winning.
up the hill in yours, and I've just been standing around.
Either way, they're pretty cool.
I think I'm certainly not going to take mine off for a long time. So
from
delighted with it, yeah.
I love it. But more seriously, tell me, as assistant trainer here, what does that mean? What does your role include?
An awful lot, to be honest. It's easier to tell you what it doesn't include. I guess the first part of my day is pretty structured. Come in at just before 6:30. Most important job, make the boss a cup of tea.
Right, how does he like it?
Strong, one sweetener.
Oh, no milk?
Yeah, a bit of milk, but not too milky. But if it's bad, he'll let me know quite quickly. And then we'll do the board. So work out what the horses are going to do, what the plan is for the day. So that's sort of the most structured part of the day. And then it rather depends whether we're schooling. If we're schooling, I'll be on my feet. I might ride out sometimes. In the winter, I'll be racing 5 or 6 days a week on average. So that takes up a huge amount of my time. But I just try and muck in, do as much as I can, just help the effort really.
And if the boss goes away, does that mean you're in charge?
I would say Clifford Baker, his head lad of probably longer than I've been alive, would be in charge, but obviously take on a bit more responsibility while he's away. But I enjoy that because I enjoy being in the hot seat. I enjoy the pressure of it, and it's a very, very good job to be part of.
I was going to say, that's my next question. What's the best thing about your job?
I would say two things. One would be working with the people I get to work with. There's people from all over the place, younger, older. It's funny because we see each other every day. You have days when you're not at your best and you've got to help people along, or they're not at their best, and lots and lots of characters, which I think makes it a very fun place to be. And secondly, the horses. I mean, sounds cliche because a lot of people say it, but I'm in the sport because I love the animals. I find them extremely interesting. I like to sort of see what they're all capable of, and we're very fortunate here in the sense that we have some very, very high-class horses.
What's the worst bit about the job?
Two things again. The obvious worst thing is if you lose one. I would say most people in racing would say that. It's sadly part of the job and something you sort of never ever get used to. So I would say that is the worst part. And the part I don't love, and I am aware that it puts me in bad form, is in the depths of winter when we have icy mornings. One of my responsibilities is ensuring that the roads are gritted and salted. Oof. So that will, I mean, it might be a 4 o'clock or 4:30 start. So I am very, very aware that can put me in bad form come 8 o'clock. So that would probably be, but in the depths of winter when I see a frosty week forecast, I think, oh God.
Meanwhile, you love getting out here in the summer and mowing the loop, I think.
Yeah, that's a nice job for an afternoon. It takes probably 3 or 4 hours, and it's just I can say I'm working hard, but in reality I'm sat and I'll sit on lawnmower for a couple of hours. It's perk of the job.
And what's the boss like? Because not only is he your boss, but he's also your uncle.
He is, yeah. I think Bull is a very straightforward man to work for. You basically turn up always on time, try your best, be honest with him, be straight with him, tell him what you think, and if you do those things, then you'll have a pretty good time in it. I've never worked for someone else. Probably no one else would employ me, but I very much enjoy working for him. I understand what he wants from us. Like, he wants us to be as ambitious and as driven and as focused as him. I don't think that's basically humanly possible. But as long as you're not far behind him in terms of effort, then he's a fairly straightforward man to work for.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
Well, first of all, I don't really want to grow up that much. But when I do, my dream is to be a trainer. I would love to be a successful national hunt trainer. I sort of grew up spending a lot of time with Dan Skelton at the races and just sort of hanging out with him and his wife Gracie, and I've watched him go off and do fantastically well. I feel like I'm in a fantastic place to have that grinding, and I'm in no rush to do it. But one day that is the ultimate
Or
goal.
maybe even a partnership, training partnership.
Yeah, me and Paul, I think that could work really well actually. Yeah. I don't know what he'd think of it, but maybe he wouldn't be so keen.
And also one last question I've heard mentioned a couple of times around here, something called Loft's disease. What's that?
Yeah, loft disease is it's a difficult thing to cure. Some horses do catch it. We always hope that they never do, but when they do, it's fairly bad news. I don't know whether I can say it on camera, but it's a lack of talent. We'll go with that. We just hope that none of the old gold horses catch loft disease, because then we're in deep trouble.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.